Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's Divine Sense Boxing back in the building, man. You know what time it is. We about to cook. Hope you guys had a nice day. Hopefully you're winding down your nights, kicking your feet up, long day at work. I know some of y'all running the night shift. A lot of you guys like to tune into Divine Sense Boxing on your night shift. Like my man D Free. We know he got the night shift. He's dropping in. Salute to you. Andrew Charles, what's good, bro? It's been a minute. Good to see you up in here. K-Rod in the building was good. Dawn also dropping in early. I appreciate you guys, man. You know, kind of a little sidebar conversation tonight. One little quick live before the big Firestorm panel coming tomorrow. Is it tomorrow night? Thursday night, excuse me. I get my times mixed up, man. You guys know how it is, man. Thursday night. Massive Firestorm panel already constructed. Artwork is coming out probably early in the morning tomorrow for you guys, man. We got some crazy guests on the panel tomorrow, Thursday night. Crazy panels, man. It's gonna get lit. We're going to drop our final predictions on Usyk and Joshua. We're probably going to touch a little bit on Crawford and Spence. I've heard some things through the grapevine that I want to get out there in the airways and bring on some people to discuss about it. And maybe we'll sprinkle in some other topics here and there, whatever comes about. But like I said, we're going to have some distinguished guests on the panel Thursday night. You don't want to miss it. All right. The artwork and all that stuff will be released tomorrow morning. All the timing, all that shit. So make sure you hit the reminder button, all that good stuff, notification bell, whatever you got to do, because if you missed the Firestorm panel, that's on you. And we're just a few days away from the Usyk and Joshua rematch. And I've been kind of watching the landscape of boxing, man, and I see a lot of people start changing their prediction and shit. A lot of people are like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Joshua might win. All the people that had Usyk winning earlier when the fight was first announced, now they're starting to change their tune. But you know, Divine Sense Boxing, man, I stay consistent with my beliefs, right? If you all saw my prediction video of the rematch, y'all already know where I stand. And I stand on that. I stand on that for a reason, man. And we're going to chop it up Thursday night. So make sure you all tune in. We got Bon Qui in the building. Was good. Felix Gato Negro Guzman in the building. Was good. Yeah, you know, I'm always keeping it tight. You know what I mean? I can't do this long hair shit, man. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you can't get out of the military haircut because I am ex-military. But it's not even like that, man. I've always had short hair my entire life. And I think it's just like playing sports my whole life, and you know, you sweat and it gets hot, you got all this hair and shit, man. I can't deal with that, man. And plus, I ain't trying to spend 45 minutes in the shower trying to wash my hair, man. It's a quick little shampoo, bop, done. Quick dry off. And I live in a tropical country, man. So I gotta stay cool. So that's why. But a lot of people think that I can't fade out. My man Omega Red, he might drop in later. He's always giving me shit because we're both ex-military. So he's like, yo, you got to fade out of that, Divine. Nah, I ain't even about the military. I just like to keep my shit close and tight and easy to deal with and stay cool. But look, man, I want to get into the topic that, you know, you guys see the title of the live stream, man. I know a lot of people have already talked about it. A lot of people have gave their opinions about Adrien Broner in particular pulling out of the fight. Like literally days before the fight, the dude says, nah, man, I can't fight. So I'm going to give my thoughts about that. But in particular, I'm going to give my thoughts about mental health. I think I'm a person that can speak openly about it, honest about it, because I am a person that has been diagnosed with PTSD. Coming out of the military. I've seen a lot of crazy shit, and I suffered from it greatly when I first got out of the military, trying to readjust to civilian life. And everybody deals with these type of mental disorders, or I mean, to me, it's a disease. That's how I classify it. A lot of people say it's a condition. For me, it's a disease, man, because it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away no matter what you do. It's how you manage it. You know what I'm saying? A condition can go away. You know what I mean? But for me, everybody deals with it a little bit differently. Some people choose medication. I didn't take the medication route, and I don't consider cannabis as chemical medication. That's natural medication. I do have my my CBD and whatnot to help, get me through some days. But for me, it was positivity. It was meditation. It was traveling. It was good people around me lifting me up, and constantly injecting positivity is what helped me personally. But you got to have a lot of fortitude. You got to have a lot of mental fortitude. When you battling your demons, you got to figure out how to face that darkness with light. You know what I'm saying? And some people can do it, some people can't. I got boys that I serve with, and they also have PTSD, and they took the other route. You know what I mean? They're on heavy medication. They go through the VA. They rely on the VA to take care of them, and they can't figure out a way to get their life settled, and they're living in different housing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I try my best as a friend, as a combat buddy, to try and get them to snap out of it, man. But it's a beast. You know what I'm saying? It is a beast, no doubt about it. And if you have ever joined the military before, or we got D Free in here, who's a police officer, you see and deal with crazy shit that normal people can't even fathom. You can't even imagine it, man. Can't even imagine it. So I'm gonna come off of like that perspective, okay? And like I said, I'm gonna be genuine and straightforward about the issue of mental health, okay? Because I do have a little bit of sensitivity towards the subject, and I don't like people using that as an excuse to not be able to do shit. You know what I mean? And now, I can't remember who I was listening to. It might have been Knockout Boxing. Knockout Boxing. He hit on a clear point where he said, like, look, man, we're coming into a day and age where people are using this mental health issue as an excuse to get out of anything and everything. And that is true. And that's sad, because that basically alienates people that actually do have these issues that need help and guidance. You feel me? And so that's the problem. That's the problem we got. And so with Adrien Broner, on whether he has mental health issues or not, I mean, I'm not his psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not his personal doctor. I don't know what he's going through. I don't know if the dude's on Xanax or other type of prescription. I don't know, right? And I don't like for people to assume shit. But I can tell by a person that suffers from it personally, there are like signals. There are things that you can see when it comes to reaction and personality and the things that they say and how they act, body language and things like that. When you suffer from it, you can look at these indications. And Adrien Broner, on whether he has real true mental health disorders or health problems, whatever it may be, I'll give you guys my opinion here in a moment. But before I get into that, what I want to do is kind of update everybody on what has been said on Twitter, because now Tank Davis has jumped in. Right now, Tank Davis. Well, first, let's take a step back. It was Ryan Garcia that kind of popped open the can of worms, which I find it ironic, man. I find it ironic that Ryan Garcia is always like, he's always involved in everything. A boxer goes through some shit, or a boxer makes a tweet about something, and he's always got to reply to a tweet. And it's like, I feel like Ryan Garcia has always got to be the center of attention. This is why I personally can't stand the dude. It's like, on a boxing level, all right, he's got some skill. You know, he's got some entertainment value. I understand the value that he brings to boxing. But the dude just like rubs me the wrong way. You know, this pretty boy smiling all the time. Everything's a joke. And I got an opinion about everything, you know, and I want to interject on people's opinions, and I want to reply tweets and shit like that. And the problem is that you complain and you advocate for people getting help with mental health, right? And you've even complained yourself, Ryan Garcia, if you're listening. You've even complained yourself about having to suffer with anxiety on social media. But your ass is always on fucking social media, bro. You talk more on social media than probably any professional boxer right now, bro. You're basically Paulo Malignaggi on fucking Twitter. Imagine if Paulo Malignaggi was in this era, and like if he was Ryan Garcia's age, Paulo Malignaggi would be blowing up Twitter. But when Paulo Malignaggi was 23, 24, they didn't have Twitter. You feel me? So he would be talking shit after the fight on mics and interviews and stuff like that. But that's what basically Ryan is, man. Bruce Gas Boxing, what's good? Omega Red, I knew you come up in here, bro. What's good? Underrated Darkness in the building. Macedonia's Mac of the South, what's good? Yeah. So anyway, he's the one who kind of kickstarted this whole thing, which then got Tank Davis involved. Now, here's my thing. People got to realize Tank Davis wasn't really replying directly to Ryan. I don't think. I'm gonna pull up Twitter right now. We're gonna go through it. But I think he was just making a comment about mental health and it being used as an excuse in general, because he clarified later on that the comment wasn't directed towards Adrien Broner. Okay, he made a comment in general about people and well, boxers in particular, using this mental health statement or status or whatever you want to call it as an excuse to pull out of fights. And so that got a little Twitter war going, and we'll brush over it right quick just to keep everybody up to speed in case you haven't been able to, you know, really be up to date on it. So I got the Twitter up right here, man. I'm going to share it with everybody. And we're going to go straight to Ryan Garcia's page because Ryan was the one, you know what I mean, to kind of kickstart this whole thing. First, let me clear that out. All right, so let me blow this up a little bit. All right, so we're gonna catch up. We're gonna get up to speed on how all this happens, and then once we get through all of this, because this is what I like to do. I like to gather all the information at hand. I like to brush over all of it. I like to go through all of it, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinions because, you know, I don't want people to think that I'm just going off a limb or I'm just winging it or I'm just freestyling and just talking shit. We'll go through all of the points, man. We'll go through it all. All right, so I think I'm going to start. Let's start right here. I'm going to start right here. All right, hopefully y'all can see this. We'll catch up. Just Do Boxing in the building. What's good, man? If y'all don't know, Just Do is going to be part of the Firestorm panel Thursday night. My man Just Do going to be, I think it's his first time on Firestorm. First time. All right. So here's Ryan, right? This is where it all kind of started. So AB, Adrien Broner came out and announced that he's not going to be able to fight this upcoming Saturday. This dude is supposed to have a fight this Saturday, y'all. This Saturday. And the dude came out and said, I ain't feeling mentally healthy enough, so I'm pulling out of the fight. Okay. And of course, that stirred the pot. That got some people upset. Obviously, the boxing fans. Obviously, there are a lot of people that were actually looking forward to seeing Adrien Broner come back. And see, it's crazy how Adrien Broner, with the amount of shit that he's done throughout his career, you would think that people would just abandon him. Be like, man, this dude full of shit. Like, basically what? Every major fight, ever since he became a 4-division titleist or whatever, or champion, I don't want to like, not frame it correctly because people get upset because there are Adrien Broner fans out there. But ever since he won, 4 different titles in 4 different weight classes, and then he just kind of went into a downward spiral, right? You've got Marcos Maidana, and you got all these other fights where he just come up short, and and the things that he said after, post-fight thoughts and all the craziness, right? And you would think that a lot of people would start abandoning him, but yet people still have faith in him. Even though he's done a lot of crazy shit, people still have faith with him. And there was a lot of people that still wanted to see him come back, and perhaps he's grown up, right? I think that's the general consensus, is maybe he's grown up now. Maybe he's mature now. Maybe we're going to see a mature Adrien Broner come back and get back into the winning column and maybe start being in contention for titles again. That is the optimism. And once again, the dude says, I can't fight. What, 4 days before he's supposed to fight? That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy right there. The Village Brother, what's good, bro? Ratchet says, I was looking forward to seeing AB come back. Yeah, see, there's one right there, my man Ratchet. See, there are people. See, for me personally, if Adrien Broner fought this Saturday, obviously that's the same fight night as Usyk and Joshua. I don't know if I'll be able to cover it live, but I would have reported on it. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a champ. You know what I mean? He deserves to be reported on, and I would have gave my commentary post fight on how he looked and all that stuff. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we can never seem to get a mature and focused Adrien Broner. And that's what it is. Now, rather it's mental health, or the dude is just straight up immature, and the dude just can't grow up. Whatever it may be, it's disappointing nonetheless. But let's get into these tweets and dissect what has happened and update everybody. So Ryan Garcia, right? Soon as AB announces that I'm not mentally healthy, I'm pulling out of the fight, there's kind of like a whirlwind of emotions across the landscape of boxing, people getting upset. So Ryan decides to take the backdrop and support Adrien Broner. And he comes out and says, love you, AB. I know it's not easy to step back and take time from the ring, but no doubt taking this time, you will come back healthier and stronger. Focusing on your mental health is not weakness, it is strength. You got my support. Hashtag mental health awareness, right? So that was his tweet. What's up, Bunny? And that kind of kicked off a little stream of conversation going back and forth, because soon after that, Ryan Garcia tweets again saying, being honest about mental health is strength. Educate yourself and don't bring that hate to our beautiful sport. Now go tell your team to make our fight. Oh, okay, sorry. That was in reply to Tank saying, boxers gotta stop using mental health shit to get out of stuff. Yo ass just a bitch. That's what Tank said. Right? So, yes, very strong words from Tank. Very strong words. Ryan Garcia then replied by saying this: being honest about mental health is strength. Educate yourself and don't bring that hate to our beautiful sport. Now go tell your team to make our fight so you can feel the power of the truth. Truth in capital letters. See, this is where it becomes a slippery slope for me. Tank Davis said what he said. He said how he felt. And there are a lot of people that feel the way that Tank feels. Tank just came out publicly and said it. There's a lot of people that feel like boxers are using this quote unquote mental health stance to like get out of fights. How the fuck? Let me paint this picture for you all. How the fuck are 2 fights basically back to back being canceled within days of fights happening, right? Just the other day, we had a fight canceled on the day with Mickey Bay and the dude Farmer, right? That shit got canceled on the day. Now, that has nothing to do with mental health, but I'm talking about fights just like being canceled on the day, days before fights are supposed to be. Like, that shit has never happened in boxing. Ever. This never happened. This never happened at this magnitude. Now we got another fight. Yeah, K-Rod, I got you. Now we got another fight being canceled. This time, it is about mental health, supposedly. Okay, and I say supposedly because I haven't seen no doctor diagnosis. I haven't seen a diagnosis of Adrien Broner where he's came out and a doctor came out and said, yo, I looked over Adrien Broner and the dude suffers from X, Y, and Z. This is Adrien Broner says, my mental ain't right. Okay, so to me, that's his personal feeling. I ain't trying to call him a liar, but that's his personal feeling. There's no proper diagnosis, right? If a dude has PTSD, suffers from anxiety, depression, paranoia, whatever mental health disorder, like, it ain't no game. That shit's not a game, bro. You got to go get checked out. You got to get checked out. Okay? And let the people know, like, yo, like, I'm seriously suffering from this shit, man. Because right now it's speculation. It's speculation. And unfortunately, Adrien Broner has a history of doing off the wall shit and having no remorse for doing it. See, for the people that came in here later, people that just came in, I suffer from PTSD, properly diagnosed 15 years ago, right? I've come a long way. I manage it well now. When I first was diagnosed for, I was in denial, just like most people that have PTSD are in denial, right? Especially combat veterans. You're in denial, right? You don't think nothing's wrong with you until people around you start to notice. And people are like, yo, like, bro, you ain't right, bro. Like, you need to get checked out. Like, you doing some crazy shit. And a lot of combat veterans in particular have a lot of anger issues. That's also a symptom of PTSD. You use anger as an outlet to deal with your symptoms, to deal with whatever the fuck you're going through. Some veterans have a lot of depression. They drink a lot, sometimes drink themselves to death, start taking drugs and shit like that, right? So that every veteran has their ways of dealing with whatever they're going through mentally. But it's the people that are around you that say, yo, bro, like, you good? Like, you ain't looking right. You got, and to me, Adrien Broner, man, he could just straight up have a personality disorder. He straight up could have a personality disorder where one moment he's cold, the next moment he's hot, next moment he's flipping out on dudes, the next moment he's chilling. And that's a problem that should be diagnosed. That should be seriously looked into. But to my knowledge, none of that has happened. And it's a dangerous thing. Yes, Bunny, I did. Right? So I understand Tank Davis's, like, I understand his objective here, because there are a lot of people that are using mental health as an scapegoat to not deal with tough situations. Oh, I can't go to work because I'm not mentally stable. Or I can't take care of my kids because I'm not mentally stable. Or, you know, I can't pay these bills because I'm not mentally stable. So then it becomes a trend where everybody latches on to, oh, if I say I got mental problems, then people give me a pass. Well, do you really got mental problems? Are you just a lazy piece of shit? Or are you just a deadbeat? Or you ain't got no fucking responsibility? Or you just straight up lazy? Or you just simply don't care? You know what I mean? Like, you got to make that separation, because like I said, the people that actually do suffer from these problems, they're the ones that get suffered. They're the ones that actually suffer, because they don't get the help that they need, because you got people that don't actually have these problems using it as a scapegoats. K-Rod, yeah, I knew that, bro, and that's sad. It's sad. So let me continue to scroll up. So Ryan Garcia, he's being the he looks like he's the flag bearer. He's being the flag bearer of mental health and trying to support AB. And Javante says, nah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. You just a bitch. Right? So they go into this little war, Tank, and then Ryan comes in here and says, Tank, we can go back and forth about what happens in the ring all day, but taking shots at somebody's mental health is out of line. I hope that you deleting your tweet is part of your journey to support your fellow boxers working on their mental health. So, supposedly, according to Ryan, Gervonta Davis deleted this tweet. He deleted this tweet. And so he trying to call out Tank for that. Ryan Garcia goes on to say, finding the truth is key. If you deny and suppress, then you are missing out on the truth. On the true strength. Lastly, I would like to say, I'm thankful for God in my life. I find great strength in Jesus and thankful for the wisdom and love I'm graced with. And then he goes on talking about weak, mentally soft, choose to think deep. He keeps going on and on and on. It's like, bro, like, you already made your point. This is the thing that irritates me about Ryan. You got an issue with whatever Tank said, and you want to be the flag bearer of mental health, whatever, bro. Like, say your point, but it's like you go on and on and on about it as if you suffer from it, or you are currently suffering from it, or you're a doctor, or you're a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and you out here talking like you know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Don't try and convince me that you're someone who suffers from it when you constantly are on social media. People who suffer from mental health, get the fuck away from social media. People who suffer from mental health, stay away from social media, because it makes you worse. It makes you worse, bro. So I'm not buying it, Ryan. I'm not buying it, bro. Stop trying to act like a doctor. You're not. Like, you could have came out and said, I support AB. I hope he gets right. And you could have left it at that. But see, that's the problem, is you're overreaching into something that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How the fuck are you going to be trying to convince people that you know about mental health, Ryan? Like, seriously, when you're on Twitter every day, you dropped 5 tweets in an hour, bro. You dropped 5 tweets in an hour. That's attention sinking. That has nothing to do with mental health. Get the fuck out of here. As a person that suffers from it, get the fuck out of here. You don't see me on Twitter. You don't see me on Twitter posting tweets like this. I barely make a post on Instagram like once a week. Like, I barely can do that. Even on that's on Divine Sense Boxing. Even on my personal shit. And I'm in an industry where I'm like a public figure where I'm at. Okay, I'm a personal trainer. I'm a coach. I'm a massage therapist. I have a lot of things going for me. A lot of people know me, and a lot of people say, "Yo, you should post more content. Get your name out there more." Like, I can't deal with social media. Like, it drives me fucking insane. There's a lot of fake shit, a lot of whack shit, a lot of dumb shit, and I start getting triggered quick. And that's my point, is that when you really truly suffer from mental health issues like I do, it doesn't take much for you to pop off. That's why I stay the fuck away from it. That's why I'm not convinced that Ryan Garcia is suffering from it. He's just an attention-seeking person. I'm going to be nice. He's an attention-seeking person. I'll be politically correct. There's people get upset. Oh, come on, Divine. Come on, Divine, man. You attacking somebody like that, man. Ryan Garcia, he a cool dude, bro. He cool, bro. Trust me. He cool. He might be cool to you, but this shit, talking about something that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, that's not cool to me. But okay, I'll be nice. Now let's get down to boxing now. Let's push this mental health conversation to the side real quick, because I've already given you guys my opinion about it, more or less, from someone that actually suffers from it and continues to suffer from it and manage it. I have no problem with anybody coming out and advocating for supporting mental health, and in particular, to be quite honest with you, men's mental health. As a man, men's mental health is a real thing. The deterioration of men's mental health is a real fucking thing. So I have no problem with anybody stepping forward and advocating on the support of the man, making sure men are mentally stable, because men are being destroyed and taken down on a daily, right? Masculinity is under attack, in my opinion. In my opinion. And if we get some feminists coming in here, want to talk your shit, go ahead and comment. I don't give a fuck. Today could be that day. Today can be that day. I don't give a fuck anymore. So anybody that advocates men's mental health and recognize that it's a real thing, that the man's suicide rate is like 3 to 5 times higher than the female suicide rate, which is fact. Google it. Real shit. So anybody that wants to come in and talk about it, I have no problem. I have no problem with Ryan Garcia saying, yo, my man AB, man, maybe he's going through some shit. Let's support him as a man, as a boxer, whatever. Cool. But when you start going on this goddamn like tirade, like, you know, 6 fucking tweets in 1 hour talking about mental health like you know what the fuck you're talking about, now you're overreaching. And I don't buy it. So let's get to boxing. Let's get to boxing. Before I start ranting and I start pissing people off. Let's stick to boxing. So then it becomes a conversation between Ryan and Tank talking about, okay, I understand. I know what you're saying, but sometimes you need to let things evolve. Like, why are you always talking like you're somebody's daddy, Ryan? You ain't Tank's daddy, bro. You always up here trying to educate people, like as if you're some wise dude that have seen it all. You know what I mean? Like, you a young dude, bro. What the fuck have you seen? Chill out. God, it just irritates me, man. It irritates me. And I've encountered it personally in my life, where you get these young cats in their early 20s coming to me and try to educate me on some shit. It's like, excuse me? Bro, I've seen shit in my life that you couldn't even fucking imagine. Fuck away from me with that shit, man. It's just a pet peeve of mine. So excuse me if I sound irritated. I don't like when younger people come in and try to play this daddy role. Bitch, you ain't my daddy? Respect your elders. Fuck out of here. So then he goes on and says, let's get this done so I can whoop you. He goes on and says it again in another tweet, talking about I'll whoop you and let's fight and all this other shit. All right. So look, let's talk about boxing then. Ryan, in the beginning, Ryan might be listening. I don't know why I have this feeling. I don't know why, man. I feel like Ryan Garcia is listening right now. I don't know why. I got that sixth sense. So I hope you're well, Ryan. I hope you're doing well out here, man. This is not an attack on you. I'm just keeping it real. You can contact me, Divine Sense Boxing, on Instagram. You can send me a private message. You can DM me. If you don't want to do it yourself, you can have one of your people do it. You want to come on here and talk? We can talk. I don't know why, but I have a feeling you're listening right now. I don't know. I don't know why. Either you or somebody on your team. So let me speak to you directly. When you hit the scene, when you were like 15-0, I wanted to like you. I had no problem with you. Right? And I saw your talent. I saw your abilities. I saw the potential. Now, you have chosen the path of which you have taken thus far, Ryan. You had a gateway that you could have walked through, and you could have really tested yourself and be a champion right now if you really believed in your talent. But you have chosen not to do that. You have chosen to be honest with you, bro, hopscotch around and fight certain fighters to keep your undefeated record intact and put on these explosive knockout highlights and all this other shit. And I'm not going to even talk about people like to talk about your looks and compare you to Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy. I'm not going to even do that to you, bro. I won't even do it to you. Okay. Not my concern. My concern is your career path and the path that you have chosen. You continue to call these dudes out on Twitter, but my man, Ryan, you ain't doing nothing about it, bro, but fucking tweeting. You're setting the wrong example for these young boxing fans who look up to you and want to see you do great things. You continue to call out Tank and call out Devin and call out whoever the fuck else at 135, 140, all of these damn tweets and all this talking interviews, and I'm going to fight this guy and that guy, but you ain't fighting none of them, bro. Like, let's just keep it real. You just ain't. So if you're gonna come at a dude like Tank Davis and call him out for not being sensitive or being aware of mental health, that's no problem. But then you want to flip it and talk about, sign the contract and let's fight and let's make the fight happen. Well, what are you doing, Ryan Garcia, to actually make sure that the fight is gonna happen? Like, are you actually putting pressure on Tank Davis? Now, I understand Tank Davis has got his own problems, Ryan. I understand that. Tank Davis is with Mayweather. Tank Davis is basically under the guidance of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe, whatever the case may be. And I understand that's a tough bridge to cross. But what are you doing, Ryan Garcia, to do everything in your power to fight Tank Davis? What are you doing? Except I don't care about the tweets, bro. Well, but man, I called him out. You ain't calling nobody out, bro. That's not calling nobody out. Anybody can make a tweet. Have you sent an offer? Is there contract negotiations? Have you and your team talked to Mayweather or Leonard Ellerbe? Have you guys actually tried to reach across the other side and start negotiations? I don't believe you have. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And prove all the other people who make content and talk about you, prove us wrong. Because you got all the talent in the world, but you're doing nothing to display it against optimal competition. Now, I've already spent time cooking on Tank, and I'll continue to cook on Tank. And Tank is not exempt from his own bullshit. But you're the one, Ryan Garcia, who lit the match and threw it into the bonfire, talking about all this mental health shit, and then you want to talk about let's make the fight with Tank. You're adding bullshit on top of bullshit. The mountain of bullshit in regards to Ryan Garcia is becoming insurmountable at this point. And I see your tweets are getting less and less likes, Less and less retweets because people, quite frankly, Ryan, are getting tired of it, bro. They're getting tired of it. They're saying this dude wasting his talent out here. He might as well retire from the sport right now while he's still young. He obviously doesn't want to take any risks. And you got a mouthpiece, so just be a commentator with Paulie Malignaggi. How about that? Since you like to talk so much. Oh, yeah, I'm going to cook. Oh, yeah. I'm going to cook. Let me go back to the poll and see where the poll's at right now. See, do you believe Adrien Broner? Yeah, he's 71% says, yeah, he's suffering mentally. 29% says, nah, he wasn't physically ready. Now, I look at the poll, and the majority of you guys feel like he's actually suffering from something mentally. So my question for you, everybody who voted saying, yes, he suffers mentally, my question for you would be, so you agree with him pulling out of the fight then? You agree with that? Because essentially what Tank is saying is that there's a lot of us that suffer from mental shit. See, we're in a new day and age. Y'all need to understand this. You think that this is a new thing where boxers are suffering from anxiety, from paranoia, from depression, from all these different things, being stressed out, wondering on if they can take care of their family or not. Whatever, they make a lot of money, but they spend a lot of money. They may have money issues, whatever the case. You think this is something new? You think it's something new that boxers are going through? We're in a new day and age now. Now, boxers can use it as, I got mental health issues, I'm going to pull out of fights. When the fuck did that happen in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the early 2000s? When did that ever happen? You think Roy Jones Jr., when he was going on his, decline, you think he wasn't under some type of depression after being the best and then getting knocked out by Antonio Tarver? You think he wasn't going through something mentally? Do you think Mike Tyson didn't go through anything mentally when he had to go to prison, come back, and then he got his ass whooped by Lennox Lewis? He got into that situation with Evander Holyfield and being accused of being an uncontrollable animal and biting some dude's ear off. You don't think he went through something mentally? You don't think none of these fighters have been through shit mentally? You think it's something new, bro? The difference is that fighters before this new era, this new age of boxers, they dealt with their shit. They still fought. They still did what they're supposed to do as a boxer. That is your profession. Do you think that it's something new? For anybody in any type of industry, they have to get up and work every day, so they got to pay their bills and take care of their family. But they could be suffering from whatever the fuck they suffer with, man. There's people every day when you turn the corner that are struggling to make ends meet, to pay their bills. They got to go to work and grind 6 days a week, work 10 hours a day. They're stressed the fuck out. But guess what? They still wake up and they go to work. Do you think that this is something new, bro? It ain't nothing new. And I'm talking to Adrien Broner right now. Boxers have been dealing with shit for years, since the dawn of time, having to step into the ring and take damage and deal with these mental ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But they deal with it. They get into the ring and they deal with it. That's the whole point of being in a physical combat sport, is you have an opportunity to let out your aggression, to let out your frustration. That's one reason why a lot of dudes become boxers or MMA fighters or whatever it is. It is a release mechanism for you, because a lot of boxers, a lot of MMA fighters, they come from nothing. They come from the dirt. They know what it is to have nothing. They know what it is to eat macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. They know what it is to suffer. And that's why they go to a sport. It's a poor man's sport. It always has been and it always will be. This shouldn't be nothing new to you, Adrien. You told us all the time, I come from the hood. I come from nothing. I made myself and I became. So basically what you're saying is you came from nothing. You came a multiple time champion. You made a lot of money and then you lost your damn mind. Somewhere along the way, you lost your damn mind after you made all that money. What's up, Teach? That's what you're telling me. You came from nothing. You came from the dirt. You had talent. You boxed. You became a champion. You made a shitload of money. And somewhere along the line, you lost your goddamn mind, bro. That's what it sounds like to me. But that's on you. Mike Tyson made a lot of money. Lost all of his money. But he kept fighting. He kept punching. So, which one is it? What's the truth? All I want to say is what I don't want. Now, if Adrien Broner is truly suffering from some type of mental health problem, so be it. So be it. So be it. But what I'll tell you this, Adrien, and any other boxer, first and foremost, if you are truly suffering from any type of mental health issue, go get help. Don't just talk about it and seek attention. Take it seriously. Because you got the boxing world. You got the whole sport on your back. You are a representation. You are a representative of the sport. When you pull out of a fight 2 days before, 3 days before, the night of, you send the wrong message to all the young fighters coming up, where they wake up in the morning 3 days before a fight and they're not feeling good. They got a little bit of anxiety and they're going to pull out of a fight because, oh, well, Adrien Broner had done it. This fighter does it. I'm not feeling right. And you send the wrong message. Boxing itself as a sport has enough fucking problems. Last thing we need is boxers stepping out days before a fight because, oh, I'm feeling kind of funny. Or I'm not feeling stable. Then why the fuck you signed the fight then? Why did you go on the press tour? Why did you give interviews? You leave too many doors open for speculation. Perhaps you weren't in shape. Perhaps you couldn't make weight. And see, if you're really suffering from mental health issues, unfortunately for you, Adrien, it's been overshadowed with a lot of bullshit in your career. And a lot of people, it's like crying wolf. People are not going to believe it. It is what it is, unless you prove it. So once again, Adrien, another setback. Now, oh, he'll be back stronger and he'll be back better, healthier, blah, 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 blah. I've heard that before. I've heard that before when you've taken L's. When you've taken L's, that's what you told people. I'm going to come back stronger, better. So I've heard that before. Now you more or less have done the unthinkable and you dropped out, you know what I'm saying, like a couple days before the fight. And you want people to continue to support you. You want people to continue to believe your word, etc., etc. And I'm going to leave it up to the people to decide. That's all. That's y'all's decision. But for me, nah. I don't follow people that cry wolf, man. He's either one, got to prove that he's actually truly suffering from something, or come back, bro. Fight. You know what I'm saying? And let's see how you look. And I'll go from there. It's as simple as that. Angel Johnson, that's a off the wall fucking question, bro. Or I don't know if that's a dude or a chick or whatever, but that's an off the wall. I can't even wrap my head around that right now. Bunny, that's facts, bro. Facts. Oh, boxing history is plentiful with examples of boxers overcoming adversity. Weight changes, not making weight, being weight drained, not having food to eat, not having proper training, having to train with improper equipment. Mom died, dad died, brother died. The list goes on, and they still step in the ring and do what they need to do. and they do what they need to do. So, does Adrien Broner actually suffer from some type of mental health issue? I ain't a doctor, bro. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. And if he does, he needs to seek help. Diagnose it. Let the people know. Let your fans know. The few supporters that you have left that still believe in you. Let them know what the fuck is going on. Because there's no consistency. So those are my thoughts, man. I didn't plan on a massive live tonight. I just wanted to get a live in right quick, just to get my thoughts out there. Because like I said, a lot of people have dropped their thoughts about Adrien Broner pulling out of the fight just days before. He was supposed to fight this Saturday, as we all know. And that doesn't look like, obviously it's not going to happen due to mental health issues. And I just wanted to come out and give you guys a perspective, from a person that actually, has been diagnosed with PTSD, has battling it over a decade, and just, throw some thoughts out there for you. And it doesn't change my life whatsoever. At one point in time, I was a huge supporter of Adrien Broner. I wanted to see him do great things. Sometimes I cringe with the shit that he says, but in some ways it was good for boxing with his bravado and his energy and made things interesting. And he did have talent, man. He did. And I say did because the dude hasn't fought to his potential in a long time. It just is what it is. And he keeps clinging on to this. I'm a 4-time champ. I'm a 4-time, 4 different weight division champ. Like, you keep clinging on to that, but you haven't done shit in years, bro. Let's keep it real. You haven't done shit in years. The Village Brother, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for stopping by, man. I just want to give a different perspective. A lot of channels out here have straight up attacked Adrien Broner, calling him all kinds of shit. He's a bitch, he's this, that, and whatever. I'm not even taking it that far. I'm not even taking it that far. I'm saying I know from personal experience because I actually do suffer from shit. And so if you have AB, if you got some shit going on, bro, get it checked out, get it diagnosed, get help. Because right now, bro, a lot of people think you're crying wolf because, quite frankly, you've been involved in a lot of bullshit in your career, bro. A lot of controversy, a lot of problems. And you keep getting bailed out somehow. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, boxing suffers because you pulled out of a fight without much details or substance. You look good talking about the fight, promoting the fight, all that other shit. You signed the fight. You were fine then. You didn't say shit then. So it is what it is. I ain't necessarily going the route that Tank took and calling you a pussy or a bitch or nothing like that, because I don't know if you truly suffer, and you might. You have some indications that you actually might suffer for some shit. It might just be a personality disorder. It could be fucking bipolar. I don't know what it is, bro. But whatever it is, you need to get that shit sorted out because it's your future. It's your family's future. I don't know. I think you got kids as well. Like, all of that shit needs to come before boxing. I support that 1,000%. But you can't continue to roll the dice and play pretend like you still want to be a boxer and do this professionally if you ain't stable. Because you're playing with people's emotions, you're playing with the sport, and you're taking a shit on the sport. That's just how I think about it. That's just how I feel about it. Oh, Teach, most definitely, bro. I've heard a lot of different opinions. I waited a couple of days for me to come on here and give my opinion. And yeah, there's a lot of people going in on AB, and there's a lot of people saying, oh man, gotta support mental health, da-da-da-da-da. I guess for me, I'm kind of like down the middle. I support mental health, but I also recognize that a lot of people use mental health as an scapegoat when they don't truly suffer from any mental health issues. They either lazy, irresponsible, selfish, and looking for a way out. And that is fact. And all that does is hurt the people that actually do suffer from mental health issues. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my stance. That is my stance. And my stance is also, I feel like masculinity within itself is under attack. And that's a debate I'm willing to have with anybody. So, those are my thoughts. Like I said, I didn't plan on doing an extremely long live tonight. If you're in the building right now, I appreciate you sticking around. I know that for the most part, people love to hear my boxing commentary, predictions, fight breakdowns, and that's what I want to do. But things like this pop up here and there, shenanigans. And when a lot of people come out and leave their thoughts, I want to just sprinkle my thoughts in, and we get back to boxing regardless. So for the people that came in earlier, and there's some people that came in a little bit later, this Thursday night, it's going down. We got the Firestorm panel being constructed. I already have guests lined up. I'm going to keep it a secret until the artwork drops for y'all tomorrow morning. And I highly recommend, once I drop once the live pops up on your home page, that you need to hit that notification bell, hit that reminder so you don't miss it, because it's gonna get lit. We're gonna drop our final predictions / final thoughts on Usyk Joshua, the rematch, and I'm also gonna sprinkle in some other topics that are happening in boxing right now. We're gonna hash it out on the Firestorm panel. There's always potential for some shit popping off. So if you like drama, you like entertainment, and ultimately, if you like boxing conversation, you don't want to miss it. This Thursday night Firestorm panel, we're going to have some distinguished guests on the panel. When I mean distinguished, I mean distinguished. You know what I mean? And I'm working hard behind the scenes to construct it. So I'd appreciate you guys all come in and support the hard work and to be able to entertain you guys. We're days away from the rematch. And I was saying earlier where it seems like a lot of people are changing their tune. They're changing their tune. When the rematch was first dropped, everyone, more or less from what I've seen personally, going for Usyk. Then all of a sudden I see this kind of like shift where people are starting to say, I don't know, man, Joshua might knock Usyk out. So we're going to talk about it Thursday night, and we're going to see where people's minds are. We're going to drop our final predictions, and we're going to see whose predictions hold up. And also, if you guys haven't been aware, I will be on Knockout Boxing's debate panel. It looks like we've got a date set for September 1st. I'm going to be on there debating whoever the hell Knockout Boxing finds to debate me. And so that's another thing that y'all can look forward to, that Divine Sense Boxing will be involved in. I'll be on that panel. It looks like the topic's going to be Canelo. So you know how that shit can go. That shit might get ugly. I don't know. But nonetheless, just another thing to look for you guys to look out for in the horizon is I'll be on the Knockout Boxing debate panel on September 1st. And it's good timing for me because we got some big fights coming up, and we can get all those out, and that'll lead into a nice situation. Actually, even better, because obviously we know Canelo's about to fight Triple G in September. So it's a good time to get everything out of our system about Canelo before he goes back in the ring and fights Triple G for the third time. So that's pretty much it. This will be, I guess, the last live until I come back on here Thursday night with the Firestorm panel. Like I said, make sure that you note it. It will be probably, let's see, 8:30 Central Time, so about 9:30 Eastern. 9:30 Eastern, Thursday night. Mental note. All right, don't miss it, guys. It's going to be lit. I appreciate every single one of you guys came in early. Obviously, to hit that like button, to get the likes up to show your appreciation, man. It's always appreciated. I know it's a topic that's a little bit, it's a little bit sensitive. A lot of people don't want to get involved in, but I wanted to get my thoughts out there nonetheless, man. So I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Yeah, D-Free. I hear you, bro. We're going to hash it out, man. We're going to hash it out, bro. So I know you want to be a part of it as well, so make sure you're there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. It's a nice breezy day. You probably hear the wind blowing in on the mic, man. I got the windows open where I'm at. Nice breezy Wednesday morning for me. So I'm going to go enjoy my day, man, get a workout in. And y'all stay up, man. Stay strong, stay positive out there. And I'll see you guys Thursday night, Firestorm panel. Salute.